Hey guys, you're watching BTech, I'm Basil, and this video is all about, oh yeah, the sweet sound of nostalgia. Nokia at Mobile World Congress will be releasing a phone. There is a press conference, and I'm going to talk about what we think we know so far. Before I jump into that, if you're not already subscribed to the channel, subscribe button below. That's how you will stay on top of everything that we do. Stuff like this, but also our hands-on with the Nokia device at Mobile World Congress. Right, on to Nokia. For anyone who is living in a cave for the last decade, Nokia used to be the biggest, best manufacturer known to man. They used to make Symbian phones, which was their smartphone operating system. And then they moved to Windows Phone and the Lumia range. Now, while the Lumia range did result in some of the best looking phones of all time, Lumia 1520 easily, just a timeless classic. It still looks freaking great. That did also spell the end of Nokia. They ended up selling to Microsoft, the Lumia division, and Nokia split, and just it's pretty sad, especially for a real Nokia fan like me. I had the Engage and loads of phones before, yeah. Now, HMD Global has bought Nokia. HMD Global, a Finnish company with some Nokia chiefs at the helm as well, deciding what is going to end up on these phones. So, what do we know so far? HMD and Nokia have released a phone, the Nokia 6, only in China though, not in the UK, and unfortunately it is not a flagship. But it still manages to cram in some flagship features. It has rich metal design. It's also got 64 gigabytes of storage and 4 gig of RAM. That's in spite of a Snapdragon 430 processor. The flagship is expected to launch at Mobile World Congress 2017, which is what I'm going to talk about now. Now, the flagship is going to be called probably the Nokia 8. 8 kind of makes sense. The Nokia 8 looks set to have a Snapdragon 835 processor under the hood with 6 gigabytes of RAM, which makes sense to have more RAM than the 4 gigs in the Nokia 6. Also looks set to have either 64 or 128 gigabytes of storage and micro SD expandability. Snapdragon 835 is very, very powerful, and that's also going to supplement that camera, which is going to be apparently 24 megapixels, which kind of rings true from the Nokia brand heritage of pure view kind of tech, right through to 41 megapixels on the 808, 20 megapixels on the 1520. So pure view technology in the camera potentially, but 24 megapixel sensor, 12 megapixel front firing camera as well. 5.7 inch display, probably quad HD at the very least, if not 4K, they're probably quad HD. And a USB-C for charging. Now, what do I want to see on this thing? I want to see some color popping. I know it's going to be a metal design and it's a lot harder to get colors to really go pow, but Nokia, when I think of Nokia, it's all about this. It's about this as well. It's just about colors and about really, really standout design. Just colors done well, fun, but inside it all is some really solid hardware. And by the sounds of the leaks, there is solid hardware on the Nokia 8. And so the press conference is going to be on the 26th of February. There are also rumors surrounding a tablet as well, but they haven't really been as solid as the rumors surrounding the Nokia 8, the flagship phone. So the tablet and another phone, the Nokia Heart, which will be an even lower end phone than the Nokia 6, looks set to both launch potentially. Definitely the Nokia 8 and probably the Nokia 6 for Western markets as well. So that's what we think we're going to see at the conference. I'm going to be there, but like I said, what do I want to see? I want to see some sick camera software. Huawei is probably the only manufacturer right now who is doing camera software that is so far ahead of everyone else. Nokia used to do this. Nokia introduced some manual rings for manual controls and everything like that. Now Huawei is making even smarter night modes that composite loads and loads of pictures in a way cleverer way than HDR. Huawei's doing light trail stuff. So I want that kind of innovation around camera software to eke the most out, because let's face it, there's only so much camera hardware can do these days when it's squished into a teeny tiny sensor that big. I also want a stupid amount of storage, 128 gigabytes, 256 gigabytes potentially. Then you can be like, hey Apple, I've got my 256 gig of storage and SD card, eat that. But no one's doing it at the moment. Even if you have to pay extra for it. Well, actually, you've got it on the Huawei Pro, the Mate 9 Pro, I suppose. But yeah, it's just not a very mainstream thing. I also want to see just some standout audio stuff. Maybe give me 4 speakers on a phone. I freaking love the Moto Z Plays Moto Mod, the JBL speaker attachment. I used that when I was reviewing it every single day that I was reviewing that phone. And I can't say that for too many accessories that I use. So either 4 amazing speakers on this phone or a speaker attachment or something that just really sets it apart from the crowd. What else do I want to see? I want to see special editions potentially of the flagship. So like in a pack, you can either get a audiophile pack or you can get a videophile pack, so that you can get like a case with a kickstand and stuff that just ships with it. So there's a real kind of sense of cohesive, like, love around the phone. I want to get this phone and just be like, right, out of the box, I've got all this incredible stuff that makes this very good phone that much better. Nokia used to do that with the Lumia 1020. They had the battery case, which was an extended battery, but it was also a camera grip case as well, with a 2-stage shutter key, as well as a tripod attachment at the base. So really, really sweet stuff. But I also want to see a user interface that absolutely nails it. Obviously, there's a lot of like things in me saying stock Android, stock Android, stock Android. It will probably come with Android 7, but actually part of me kind of wants a bit of that Nokia experience back as well. But specifically around that camera, I just want Nokia to bring back my love for Nokia imaging. Do it with Zeiss optics potentially like you did before. Do it with some smart software. RAW shooting now, while it was the biggest thing in the world when the PureView came out, is a given. They need to up their game in a big way, and I'm really, really hoping that they do. So that's what I want to see on the Nokia 8. Some beautiful design, like poppy colors, but also solid software and fantastic hardware as well, especially around the imaging. What do you guys want to see? Let us know in the comments section below. Like this video, click that thumbs up button, stay tuned and subscribe to the channel so you can see exactly what we'll be doing out at Mobile World Congress 2017. Bye.